Welcome to our next Arbiter training video. In this module, you will learn how to work with multi-geometry type layers. Most layers are one feature with one database or set of attributes. Multi-geometry layers are one feature with multiple geometries as part of that feature. There are times when it makes sense to group several features together and treat them as one entity. Arbiter works with these layer types a little differently than it does with normal vector layer types. In this module, we will focus on how to add multi-point, line, and polygon features. Let's get started and enter some multi-geometry features to our map. Start Arbiter from the Apps page. We start again at our default work zone. And first, let's see what we have set as our active layers. Touch the Layers icon. To save time, we went ahead and removed our previous layers and added the layers you see here: multi-polygon, multi-line, and multi-point. It's important to know that you can give your layer any name you want. We use these layer names just to make it obvious for our exercise. What makes a layer a multi-geometry type is how it's defined in the schema. Every layer has a field or property type that describes how the layer is to be represented. In the layers we see here, the field is called geom. The type information determines the geometry type for the features in that layer. Here's a sample of what our multi-point layer looks like from GeoServer. Notice that the property called geom has a type called multi-point. Beneath it are examples of what you would use to describe multi-line and multi-polygon type layers as well. We will not go into detail on how you set up a schema or how you define this information in GeoServer. Just know that when you work with layers described this way, Arbiter treats them differently and provides additional capabilities. Okay, let's go to our map and enter some multi-geometry features. Select the pencil icon to add data, and let's enter point features first. So select the multi-point layer. We'll place a feature here, and notice that the two new icons popped up on the left. These icons appear when you're working with multi-geometry types. If we intend to just add this one feature, we would select Done here. But we want to keep adding more points and treat them as one group. To add another point feature, select the icon with the plus sign inside. Notice the small blue dot over our newly entered point. This is an indication that Arbiter is ready to accept another feature. Touch on the screen where the feature is to go, and Arbiter adds the feature. We'll add one more, so select the Add icon again. We'll place a new one here. There. Now we have three features grouped as one. When we finish entering these features, we select the Done button. The attribute table opens. Fill in some information. Select Save. And we'll go back to the map and see our results. Just to confirm that all three features are tied together, let's select this feature here. The attribute table shows what we entered a moment ago. Let's close the table by selecting the Back button. Next, let's enter some multi-line geometry features. First, select the pencil icon. Then, select the multi-line layer. We'll start our line string here and continue to touch the map at each line vertex. Back in Module 3, when we entered a line string, we saw that you can end a line entry by a double touch at the last segment or by selecting the Done button. Be aware that once you touch the Done button, you are telling Arbiter that you're done entering a feature and want to fill in its attribute information. If you intend to group two or more line strings as one, then you have to finish the last segment by a double touch. This tells Arbiter that you're finished with this line, but want to keep adding more lines to the group. So we'll double touch here to say that this is the end of our line string. Then to activate the multi-geometry icons, touch the line string we just entered. Notice that it now has the blue dots for editing and that the two multi-edit icons appear on the left. Let's select the Add icon, then touch on the map where the next line vertices are to go. As before, double touch at the last segment. Now, let's go with the idea that we're through entering line strings, so select Done. Fill in some attribute information, save, and go back to the map. And just to confirm, select the first line string, and we could see that the attribute information is the same. Close the attribute table by selecting the back button. Adding a multi-polygon group is done the same way as multi-line types. You will double touch at the last vertex to finish the polygon. Then, to add another polygon, touch the polygon again to activate the edit operation. The blue dots appear, and the multi-edit icons appear on the left. Select the Add Multi icon to continue to add more polygons to the group. Finish your data entry by selecting the Done button, just like we did for our line string. We fill in some attribute information, then select Save, go back to the map, and our multi-polygon is now in. Okay, let's go ahead and sync our changes back to the server because we'll use these features in our next module. So we select the Sync button, and there, our changes are stored away. Well, that's all we'll do in this module. We just learned how to add multi-point, line, and polygon features to our map and treat them as one group. In our next training module, we will learn how to edit multi-geometry features, as they have their own unique way of doing that. We hope that you found the information presented here useful and that you find many ways to use this capability in your fieldwork. Let's go ahead and close down Arbiter.